Yeah, just coach, I just thought on a favorite with man, Maxime Reno, the challenge to see Moses.
I mean, he's one of the best big guys in the league. I thought he was good, but I thought we were um, as good as he was. He's been good all year. Probably be the player of the year or first team all conference or whatever. Um, we needed to be better, right? We needed to be better as a team early. Thought we turned the ball over, made mistakes, but really respect him. He's been here for 4 years. He's developed each and every year. From watching film, I knew he was going to be a challenge, and he was really good.
Can you talk about your experience in California so far?
Well, I mean, we've been here for a day and a half, and got in pretty late on Monday night, and it's been hot. It's been hot. Um, it's been a long travel, but we were excited to be here, and thank God we got another opportunity before we go back home. So hopefully we can be better in that game.
And so, Coach, Maxine only had 3 rebounds in the first half, but he made 3 threes. So is that where it got away from you guys, where the big man should be down there?
He was a load. He was a load. He made the 3. We came over and tried to tag, and the guy was tagging. He was cutting behind us. Very talented. Remind me a lot of Quentin Post, who we had last year, who starts for the Warriors. When you're 7 foot and can shoot it and pass it like that ability, you just change the trajectory of the game. So he was a load. He was hard to guard. He was talented. He was good. And, much respect to him for being here for 4 years.
What do you think was the switch during, because in the second half, you guys, I think, definitely played better than the first. What do you think? Did you say something? Or?
No, we just didn't turn it over. We had 12 turnovers in the first half, 5 early, and only had 2 in the second half. So that's it. Take good shots and take care of the ball. I thought the second half we had a group that went in and really stabilized the game for us. The game was getting out of control. We had, 3 freshmen in the game, actually. And it went from 25 to 14. They did a really good job of playing the right way, stabilizing the game, because the game was getting out of hand.
But Chisholm McPara off the bench had 15 points, his career high. When a player like that has a game like that you're not really expecting, what are you telling the guys?
Well, I mean, I knew he was pretty good. I mean, he's a senior. He's averaged a lot of points over his career. He's a 1,000-point scorer in his career. And so, he wasn't a major impact for their team overall this season, but he's had really good games. So he played the right way. He made some threes, shot it better than he usually does. He was very physical around the basket. He was good.
All right, we've got a couple on Zoom. We'll start with Dan Rubin.
Coach, you mentioned the stabilization in the second half. What was it in particular that kind of allowed you to do that on the court and try to cut into that lead a bit in the second half there?
I mean, it was really simple. It was really simple. Taking care of the basketball and getting good shots allowed our defense to get set, and that's it. We shared the ball better. We had more assists in the second half. Just making the right decision with the ball. But I think the major key was not turning it over and being really sound with the ball and executing. So that group was able to go in there and do that for us.
As a follow-up, I think all of Rogers' 11 points came after came in the second half, or he scored 11 in the second half. I know Chad had 13 in the second half. In particular, I know you've mentioned their leadership a bunch of times throughout this year, but just in that second half, what was it that they kind of brought to the table that allowed them to put those points in?
Well, they were more energetic. I mean, I thought Chad Venning got off to a slow start, and he was just a lot more energetic in the second half. Played a lot harder. He was able to score. We got the ball to him more in positions where he could have a chance to score. And I thought Roger just knocked down some big threes. And both of them kids have been trying hard to lead us, so they've done a good job of that, So this game today won't take too much away from that, but it was a tough game for us. They played well. Stanford did. They shot the ball well, and the big guy was a load. But again, I think the turnovers allowed them to get away from us in the first half and spread that lead, without inability to take care of the ball at the level that we're capable of.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Coach, I was going to ask about Chad Venning as well. I mean, he had 4 turnovers in the first 4.5 minutes and then really settled down in the second, had more of a Venning-esque half. like, I know you've talked about him as a savvy veteran, but just what does it mean that he's able to settle down like that and kind of get into his zone like he normally does?
Well, I mean, obviously he's been a big part of our offense. We really try to get the ball to him. The first 4 minutes was very uncharacteristic. He usually doesn't turn the ball over, and I thought that gave Stanford great energy. You know, it kind of got them going. Us not taking care of the ball early, but he settled down and he's been really good for us. He's a really good player in the league in terms of his field goal percentage and his ability to score around the basket. So I thought he really helped us in the second half. He was a part of that group that stabilized us. But it's a 40-minute game. I thought the first 12 minutes was the reason we got down.
All right, Mike, last one.
Yeah, just Luka Tays, probably had his best outing of the year, 5 points, perfect shooting, played 11 minutes. Just what does this mean for him going forward?
Well, the point guard position is the most important position on the floor. I mean, that's the quarterback. I thought we didn't have the energy and pace at that position that we needed. Things weren't going well, so I just went with Luka and Fred. Typically you wouldn't put two freshmen in the game down 24, but both of those guys are very capable. And I thought Luka was really good in the minutes that he played. And I'm just happy he was ready when his number was called. A lot of times as a freshman, you don't play as much as you want, and you get your number called and you go in and you're not ready. But I thought he was ready when his number was called. So that was a good sign, for him being a young guy.
Great. Thank you, guys.